Hello everyone, welcome to my channel PES for Life. This is Bolya Shashank here. In today's video, we'll be watching the part 2 of the beginner's guide, which is solely based on the classic control system. First, let's take a look at the button configuration used in classic controls. As you can see, when you have the position of the ball or in an attacking mode, the 4 buttons required on the right hand side will be pass, through balls, shoot and dash. You can always press any one of these 4 options when you have the ball position and combine them in the directional joystick, which will be on the left of your screen. In case you want to change the sequence of the 4 buttons, you can do so according to your preference. Just click on any one of the buttons and you can interchange them with any of the other 3 buttons that you have at your disposal. Now, once this is done, let's go ahead to the defending part of it. Defending is when you don't have the position of the ball, and the 4 buttons required are switch, which is switch player, pressure, tackle and dash. The dash button is just the sprint button when you have or don't have the ball. Now, the next thing I want to focus is button opacity. As you can see over here, I'm setting it at 100%. Button opacity is basically the visibility of the buttons. Now, the directional stick type is fixed or movable. We're going ahead with fixed right now. As you see on the left, that is a directional stick and it is fixed to that position. With respect to the direction that you move in, you can also check the player as well moves towards the same direction. In this setting, there are regions of the field which won't be visible to us because of the fixed direction stick type and 100% opacity. Now let's check for movable direction stick type and also reduce the opacity to, let's say, 20%. Okay, for the first thing that we would observe is the direction stick on the left hand is still on the left hand side, but it can move anywhere on the screen, making it better for visibility of the ball when the ball is in those areas. Also, the 4 buttons on the right are not clearly visible right now, but believe me, they are still there in the same position. As you can see in the screen, the 4 buttons pass, through, shoot and dash are still there, just not visible because of 20% opacity. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'm changing the opacity to 100% so that the buttons are visible as we perform different functions. Now let's just start with the first type, player movements. As you can see, with the flick of the direction stick, the player will move in the direction of the flick. Also, when coupled with the dash, you can observe a green ring comes around the player and the player starts to move fast. To pass the ball to or for your teammate, you need to tap the pass button with the flick of the direction stick as well, so that the ball reaches the designated player you want to pass the ball to. This works for throw-ins as well. You just need to tap the pass button with the direction stick. Now, to play a lofted pass or a cross, you need to flick the pass button upwards. Also, depending on the range or the distance of the pass, you have to hold the pass button for a longer time as well. Next, to pass the ball for a player, that is through passing, just tap the through button with the appropriate direction flick of the stick as well. This is done so that the ball can be received by the player at an advanced position to take into his stride. To play a lofted through ball, just flick the through button upwards. To score goals, we need to understand the importance of the shoot button. We need to tap the shoot button when in the correct position with the direction stick as well. Now, also important is the power that comes into it. The more you hold the shoot button, the shot will be more harder and faster. As you can see, these long range shots, I have actually pressed the shoot button for a longer time, and there's a circle which will develop around the player, indicating the power as well. With more practice, you will just get better and perfect at scoring goals easily. In order to defend, you need to understand a few settings. The first one is the cursor change over here. Let's understand what manual cursor change is. As you can see on the screen, the ball is with an opponent player and my player control is stuck with Lionel Messi in the middle. Till I don't press the switch button, the player change will not happen. Now let's understand the assisted cursor change. With the pass being played by the opponent, before the pass even reaches the next player, my player is already selected automatically by the computer, the nearest one to the location of the ball. This helps you while defending to clear and easily win the possession back. Hence, I recommend assisted player change. Now, to win back the ball using the pressure button, when you get a control of a player nearest to an opponent, just tap or hold the pressure button so that the player can charge towards the ball and get possession back immediately. In such a scenario, on flicking the pressure button upwards, a second player would also come to your help, creating a 2-on-1 situation to win the ball much more easily. Now, let's understand auto sliding. If you keep it to assisted, the computer will help you in making better tackles so that you avoid cards. As you can see in the situation on the screen, Slide tackle usually is a very good option to win back the ball. Also, it is risky as well because it may lead to yellow cards or suspension. Let's now focus on some additional useful tools. As you can see the 4 settings on the bottom of the screen, the display stamina gauge helps you to make substitutions when required, and the display radar is actually the small rectangle you see on the bottom of your screen. This helps you in beating the offside trap and while defending. Now let's understand how to score goals from free kicks. On the right side of the screen, you can draw an arc to actually create the path for the ball, and you slide the left side to change the camera direction. Once you're set with the camera direction, you can then swipe an arc or create an arc on the right side of the screen or from the ball to the goal as well. Once this arc is drawn, as you can see on the screen, the shot takes place, and in this scenario it just hits the crossbar. To score a goal you need to be more accurate and try to aim for the corners of the goal so that you can beat the goalkeeper very easily. Next, let's understand how to score goals from corners. As you can see, it employs the same strategy as a free kick. Draw an arc on the right side and swipe on the left to change the camera direction. Once you're happy with the camera position, you can draw an arc so that the ball can be passed to a player of your team in the opponent's box, and then he can head the ball towards the goal to create an opportunity. This is much harder against an actual defense, so please practice. This covers most of the classic controls you need to play a match, so please enjoy. Also, if you're interested in the part 1 of this video, that is squad building, you'll find the video's link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.